Warning, there is a lot of flashing lights and effects. If you suffer from epilepsy, then I do not recommend you watch this video. Why hello there. Presuming you have clicked on the thumbnail, you probably have no idea what this obscure game is. Well, you're in for a ride of a lifetime. The game we're talking about is called The Destined Hope. This game was released in 2012. It is an RPG Metroidvania? We'll have to get into that into more detail later. It's about a coffee machine with legs walking about doing stuff, like shooting, giving gifts to huge robots, and exploiting their simulations to destroy other robots. So let's get into it. Booting up the game, it looks pretty good. Well, I have a QHD monitor, and that makes it look quite pixelated. The game is 1280 by 720p after all. We hop into a new game. Now, I have to say, I have played this before, but just never beaten it, so keep that in mind. Then there's some text appears out of nowhere saying they've never received a message, nobody would ever ask, blah 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 blah.
What? No, I am certainly not talking about you. Stop intercepting transmissions. That's not your job.
What is my job?
You've been activated to help me with my daily tasks. I don't like asking for help, especially from such simple software. But circumstances leave me no choice.
Would you like to play a game?
Let's start with that. No, you are no longer the processor of Block Puzzler in space. You've been reassigned.
Where is Ted, who plays the games?
I don't know any Ted, and neither do you. You came pre-installed in the station computer. You haven't been active for all the years that we've been here. This is an unnamed station, and there is no need for games. As I said, you were pre-installed.
What is our new location?
Our location doesn't matter. Only our mission matters. I hate going through this each time.
I understand. We can play a game later. What is our new mission?
Your mission is to do what I tell you to do. There are 4 robots on this station called derelicts. They were designed to be in operation for 5 years. And they are unable to move throughout the station anymore, although that was never their primary function. They are performing crucial simulations. It is your goal to aid me in removing an irritating virus which has appeared recently.
I do not seem to have full access to the programs, at least not through their network.
Well, that leads me to the second part of your mission, and this is the embarrassing part. I need to dedicate my CPU to helping with the tasks of the station. My CPU is more advanced than yours. That's an understatement, which is why my CPU is needed to help with the simulations and other tasks. We will upload your program into my system, and you will move me around the station. You will then interface with the derelicts directly to gain full access. Once inside their systems, you will seek out and eliminate the viral elements. Simple enough.
Understood. When do we begin?
Now, I'm going to dedicate my CPU to help with the station functions. One more thing, don't kill the spider. That's Siegfried. I found him in a coffee cup. Remember, you are not me. You are just borrowing this body. I honestly get sick of talking to you. Now go see the derelicts and try out your new legs.
Right, so if I get this right, we are not playing as Coffee himself, but Deco, who possesses his body to do tasks, like exploiting the derelict simulations to destroy other robots. You know, your average Tuesday. And so here we are, learning finest. Now there are 4 derelicts, well, 5 actually. 1 is broken down. Wait a minute. 4 main robots and 1 is broken down. That feels familiar. We have Bio Beta, the clock guy, Atmos, the broken down guy, Alphas, the blue fat guy, and Mirad, the one who looks like the puppet, and Melens, the evil looking one. Although he's kind enough to let us in because the other ones are busy doing whatever they do. And here we are, we're in Malwaste. Oh my god, is that the father of Freddy Fazbear? Now let's discuss the controls, because it's dumb! You would think WASD keys would be to move, control to shoot, and space to jump. But nope, it's the arrow keys to move, Z to jump, and X to shoot. You might think this control scheme is complete nonsense. And that's because it is, but this control scheme comes from the Commodore 64, which is a very old computer. I don't know how valid that is. I don't know if the control scheme is from the Commodore 64. It could be another old computer, but I don't know. I just presume that's where it came from. I'm going to quickly describe each of the simulations and their styles. Melens is a quarry and caves. Mirad is literally just water, which is really frustrating to navigate sometimes. Biobeta is a steampunk like mazy and very complicated to navigate. And Alphas, which is literally just 3 domes containing each season, summer, winter and spring. We need to find Melens inside the simulation. Oh, there he is. We have to talk to each corresponding derelict inside the simulation to spawn the viruses, which is really stupid and very repetitive. All they talk about is their mission and how humans haven't been here for years, that kind of stuff. So we need to find the first virus, which is underground. Helpful. This game does not help you with locating the virus at all. You might say, oh, why don't you just use a minimap like every Metroidvania game does? Well, this game doesn't have a minimap, so it's wasting the player's time for no good reason. There's the virus, beyond that fellow. Let's kill him. Die! Good. Now it's time to face the virus. Whoa, so much information. Now I'm going to explain how the battle system works, because you would not have a clue what was going on, and that's just bad manners. We have the boss guy. He has health, then strength. Strength is how hard he hits. Defense is how well he can mitigate attacks. Speed is how fast he can fill up the white bar. When that bar is full, the boss will either attack or charge the green meter. When it's full, he'll do a special attack. Each boss has their own unique attack, which is either annoying or does a lot of damage. Each derelicts have a similar system, but it's just you have to charge 4 of them and they take turns. This particular boss is so easy, in fact. If you play your cards right, you can beat him without even leveling up any of the derelicts. Easy! After a boss fight, Coffee and Deco will discuss what items they have retrieved in the battle, which seems to be a tree? The first thing we need to get is the water boots and the jetpack, which makes movement in other simulations so much easier, but they are expensive. So how do you get more bits without defeating another boss? The sub-minigames. The purpose of these is to grind as many bits as possible and get conditionals from Boxcar Junction. Luckily, you can spend as much time as you like in these sub-minigames. Now we get to night phase, which is stupid. First of all, you have to walk at a very slow pace to get a barely eligible twink. Then you pick it up. You can only hold a maximum of 2 items. 2 items! Then you have to teleport back to the main base. Give the gifts to the derelicts, who each have a unique one. For Biobeta, it's the clocks. For Mirad, it's paintings. Alpha's snow globes, and Melens is a toy. By the time you have done this, you have already wasted a quarter of the entire night cycle. Then you have to walk back outside and repeat this cycle until it's over. It's day 2. We go to Mirad's simulation to fight the first virus that is there. I configure the conditionals in Boxcar Junction and I find the virus pretty easy. It's day 3. Don't worry, you didn't miss out on much. Basically getting kicked in the ass by Puppeteer 1.0, then Terror Talker 2.0, then Negmity 2.0, the Hackworm attack. Oh my god, I'm gonna go blind! This requires more grinding, more upgrades, and that kind of stuff. It's day 4. More grinding, getting kicked in the ass by bosses, and leveling up and upgrades. It's day 5. It's time to fight Terror Talker 2.0, kick him into Kingdom Come. Then I fight Necromancy 2.0, I fail. This means more grinding, more upgrades, and leveling up. It's day number 6. I try Puppeteer 1.0 again. I die horribly. Then I went on to fight Necromancy 2.0. Hurrah! I beat him now. It's day number 7. I try Puppeteer 1.0 again. What? Okay, something is definitely up here. Turns out I missed a few upgrades that would have helped me if the game had told me to go there. I had to buy them from a guy called Sandbox Power Supply, which meant more grinding. But luckily on day 5 I bought an upgrade that makes everything half price. This upgrade was very useful on this playthrough, so not as much grinding, which saves a lot of time. It's day 8, with my new upgrades and a bit of derelict leveling up. I easily beat Pulsar 1.0 and he takes the L. It's day 9. Now I have to mention, between all these bosses I have been using power cells. These basically allow you to add power to the station for one more day, so I use these to my advantage, hence why all these bosses are lumped together into this day. In no particular order: Terratoga 3.0, Necromancy 3.0, Gargarian 1.0, Pumpkin 2.0, Pumpkin 3.0, Gargan 2.0. For him I had to use some hack chips to slow him down a bit of Gargan 3.0, oh my god, Gargan 3.0, this version was a pain in the neck. Good grief, he wrecked me so many times you would think it'd be easier than Viren 1.0, but no, Viren 1.0 and 1.2 look like cakewalks compared to him. I think this is a huge balancing issues. I had to use all my hack chips on him. Viren 1.0, despite being a level 4 boss, is much easier than him. It's day 10. There's really not much more to do but finish the game, so let's go for it. For these bosses, I'm going to use the hack chip method to slow them down to 0 so they can't attack me. So I started by defeating Viren 2.0, which is not bad. Then Viren 3.0, the hack chip method worked on him. Viren 4.0, same trick again, and now he's defeated, it's time for the final boss, Pulsar. But before we can do that, we get interrupted by another dialogue section. Yeah, turns out we're the bad guys all along. I find that cheap, boring, and predictable. It would be a much cooler concept to try and send, I don't know, a distress signal to Earth, or launch a rocket into space. Is that a fetus? Oh god, I have to talk about this. Upon the game's release, the conclusion included a message that has been interpreted as excessive pro-life and anti-abortion sentiments, believed to be influenced by Scott Cawthon's Christian faith. He left a comment on a now defunct website called Gaming Symmetry. The TLDR of that comment is that Scott wanted to address the concerns about the game's ending and message. Scott clarified that the game is not explicitly about abortion rights, but acknowledged that the principle of choice can apply to it. The game was made with good intentions and love, and inspired the childhood they never had in real life. And he even did another response on game FAQs. Now where was I? Oh yeah, killing Pulsar. He's dead. Look at that damage per second. Oh no, it's shutting down. No! What follows is nothing but darkness, emptiness, or you could say this place looks desolate. God, this looks like FNAF material right here. It just does. It does. No coffee! And that's the end of the game. What follows is blinking lights, crappy walking animations, sleeping robots, mission suck. Oh look, a spider. Then images of children in the classic GOT style, then the credits with all the different viruses. Thanks for playing. No problem. So in conclusion, the game has a lot of flaws that could have been resolved if it was given more time in the oven, because he made the Desolate Hope in like a year. The lack of information of anything that is provided in the game, like no mini-maps, no directions, or even hints when you die. The repetitive grinding story is so confusing that it gets political and he has to clarify what the ending meant. But despite all its flaws, I kind of like it. And that's pretty much all for the video today. This video took quite a while to make, so it would be appreciated if you like, subscribe. even ring the notification bell. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.